I saw the trailer, I mean, there were a few surprises for me. I mean, the first of all, the name Rohit Shetty and Shah Rukh Khan coming together. I would have never thought those names would kind of go together, but it seems like it's worked out really well. But I know you always like to work with people that are like family, that you know, that you feel pampered with. How did that relationship with Rohit Shetty start?
You know, it's not true. I think I very honestly, I'll say, I think I have worked with most of the new people in filmmaking. It's fortunate for them that they became the biggest names overnight, and not because of working with me, but because they were so talented. But whether it's a Karan Johar, he did his first film with me, Rajiv Mehra did his second film with me, Aziz Mirza made his first film with me, Kundan Shah second, Aditya Chopra's first, and you know, so many people. And I don't work with people, I take on to people, they take on to me. And mostly when I work with someone, they do become like family. So it's a misnomer. People believe that I only work with friends. I become friends with people when I'm making a film. I do not wish to be working in a setup which is extremely professional. I like being pampered, but being pampered does not mean they have to feed me with their hands. That too, actually, sometimes, yeah, they have to do it.
That was directed this way. No?
Yeah. They have to feed me too.
I'm always eating, and it's nice
whatever
to feed.
leftovers I get from
You get leftovers.
Like if I eat and don't share, that'll also be an issue.
Yeah. How was your relationship together? I mean, obviously you had the big Om Shanti Om.
Very strained at this point.
Those 2 movies, the limit.
No, I'm just joking. It's been amazing. I'm very, very comfortable around him, or at least he makes me feel very, very comfortable. He's never, especially on my first film, he could have very easily made me feel like I'm the star and you're the newcomer.
But why would I do that?
Because people do that. You don't do that, but people do that. And maybe not intentionally, but that could have been the vibe on set. And he's never made me feel, so whatever little appreciation I got in my first film, I think thanks to him and, you know, for making me feel so comfortable and making me feel like I was the best thing to have happened to that film. And again, even on this film, very, very comfortable, and I feel like red chilies and working with Shah Rukh is like being at home.
So how has your relationship been between Om Shanti Om and now? Are you guys like in touch? Do you feel like a sort of
We broke up in between.
Broke up in between, but that was because of the children.
Yeah.
So I kept the kids and she just separated. But now we made up this second marriage.
Settlement, yeah.
Yeah, now we've settled and she settled for the property, I'm taking the kids.
No, I want the kids, you take the property, I'm not interested.
Okay, so it started all over again. Because of you, there's going to be a second breakup. Now you never know when you're going to see us again.
But do you feel like kind of like a mentor relationship or something, or do you like? I mean, she's like Deepika. You've grown as an actor. I mean, you've done some challenging roles, some amazing roles. I mean, I just saw Cocktail like a couple of days ago. I hadn't seen it, sorry, but it was amazing. I mean, what you did in it. So, do you kind of follow a person more when you've kind of been at the start of their career?
No, I think it'd be too patronizing if I say that. I think she's a wonderful actor, wonderful star, and a fantastic co-actor to work with. You know, so even from day one, when we cast her in the film, I find it awkward to say that when we cast her in the film, she's a supermodel, and you know, everybody would have cast her in the film. She's fantastic. She's beautiful, and then of course, you know, when you come into a new way of creativity, which is acting, she may have needed a bit of guidance or just a little bit of confidence, inspiring stuff, you know. And she had it all, and we didn't work for some time, and every time I met her, you know, she would call me and ask me about work that she's doing, which is very sweet. And I would try to say the rightest thing to her possible, but it's only because of her talent.
There were so many times I think he wanted to say, "Don't do this, Dad."
Yeah, but she had to.
He'd be so sweet about it.
Which movie was that?
Way, I'm telling you.
Not opening any polls.
But to tell you honestly, every time, like whenever I met her, I told her, you know, we do a film which makes her presence should make the film special, because she's a special actor, and I truly believe that. I'm not just saying it. And in this film, I think it really is. I don't know if it'll go beyond Shanti Priya or not, but as an actor, like you said, we all grow every time we're doing more work, and she has to. And in this film, I think it'll be very, very different. And again, like I always say, Farah Khan and Deepika Padukone are responsible for Om Shanti Om. I genuinely believe Rohit and Deepika Padukone will be very responsible for the maximum entertainment in Chennai Express. Honestly.
Wow, thank you.
Final question. like I think Siddharth was earlier saying, this is going to be the biggest release we've ever seen. What was it about Chennai Express that you feel can really translate? Because this question keeps coming up about, is Bollywood on the cusp of breaking through? Is it almost there? Is it? And I always feel our cinema it is what it is. We appreciate it, we love it. So it doesn't necessarily need to be anything else. And I think that's kind of your position too. But why do you feel that Chennai Express was that movie that had to be that big?
I'll be honest, I don't want to question Siddharth for saying that, but every time I come with a new film, and Siddharth is very sweet and our producer, they always say this is the biggest one. So I think every time you come, and I'm not saying it for myself or Deepika, I think every Hindi film that is happening every few months or years is becoming bigger, and that's a good sign. Having said that, I don't think popular Indian cinema is going to suddenly start ruling the world till there are a few changes, and language being one of them. So, but the fact that there's so many people now accepting it, and just liking the fact that these films are what these films are, it's a great time to be. And like she's doing another film after this, which is fantastic. It's in English language. It's different. And I hope those are the kind of films which will take Indian cinema international. That will happen with the language and the kind of films. Popular cinema will just be popular cinema. They're like Chinese kung fu films. I hope people
That's
start
nice.
liking them.
Comparison I give too. Thank you so much for your time.